going on, guys? Welcome back to another After Effects tutorial. Today we're going to be focusing on rotoscoping, essentially where you cut the character out and just remove the background, or vice versa. You can do both with this tool. Essentially it's how I made this and this edit. You should be able to see those on screen now. But yeah, it's a pretty consequential tool. I use it in pretty much every edit I make, and today I'll be showing you guys exactly how I do that. So it's pretty simple in order to do it. You essentially just come up to this icon here. I've already got it selected, probably should unselect it for the tutorial. But yeah, you want to come to this little icon up here. It's called Roto Brush tool, and then you just want to select your clip that you want to roto brush. Also as well, should have done this before, but it is recommended that you do it in full resolution. I do also recommend this. So just go to the beginning of your clip, double click it to bring it up, and then from there you just start cutting out. So it's pretty self-explanatory from here. You just start cutting out kind of an outline of the character, and then the roto brush tool pretty much fills in most of it for you. That looks janky as hell, but we will shortly fix that. But yeah, you just want to kind of do it to your preference, and then once you're satisfied with your outline, at that point you just come down here and click this freeze button, and of course we'll quickly just get a train roto brushed here. But also as well, if you do want to remove anything, so if you kind of overexpose like it did a second ago there, you can hold Alt down, and that will make this go red, and then from there that will obviously remove kind of the part of the roto brush and just restore the background. So I'm going to use it again actually here, just underneath the arms, just to make sure we have got none of that background there. And there we go. I am almost happy with this. So sometimes the tool can be a little bit fiddly, but there we go. So that is going to be our final one, and then from there you just want to click freeze. Just touch that up a little bit there actually. There we are. Then from there just click freeze, wait for roto brush to do its thing, and it's just actively cutting out. Also as well, if you do want to be super nitpicky and it's kind of a clip where the motion is moving quickly, roto brush can sometimes have a mind of its own, not include parts that you want included. If you just hold control down and press the right arrow, you can go frame by frame through it, and manually kind of roto brush that and amend it as it goes through the composition. But yeah, if you want to just come back to your composition, you'll see there we go, A-Train has no background. What I usually like to do is I do like to restore the background, just depending on obviously what edit I'm making, but then from here you can just remove the roto brush from the bottom clip, and then that will obviously restore the background for yourself there. And then from there I typically add like a watermark or something. It's a pretty good location for a watermark, because you know you can't really cover it up, because then you end up covering up A-Train or the subject of the actual kind of edit itself. So yeah, I've got my kind of tag that I made a long time ago that you've definitely seen in a lot of my edits. And then from there, as you can see, nicely tucked behind A-Train's head. You obviously want to just put it, sandwich it in between the two clips. You can also do other things as well, like kind of completely change the background if you want to. So if you just remove that, for example, we'll go for this kind of blood effect. This one is what I used for some of my recent edits. Just match that to the composition. There we go. And then, yeah, we should have some blood kind of coming behind, so we've kind of completely changed that background. So you see a lot of editors using this. Again, it's a pretty consequential part of editing. But yeah, that pretty much puts roto brushing into a nutshell for you. I do also always recommend kind of pre-rendering your clips, so put your Twixtor on prior to kind of doing any roto brushing. Just makes the whole experience a lot smoother and a lot easier when it comes to exporting it as well. But yeah, essentially that is roto brushing for yourselves there in a nutshell. You can obviously also do that in inverse, so if you go into settings you can also inverse it, and at that point it'll be the other way around. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe as always, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time of day it may be for yourselves. Bam Man out.